It looks like Kendall Jenner might finally be getting back at Rihanna and A$AP Rocky after years of drama and tension. Everyone knows that Rihanna has never really liked Kendall or her sisters, but her dislike for Kendall seems to be on another level. Rumors suggest that a big reason for this is Kendall's past connection with Rocky. Apparently, before Rihanna and Rocky got together, Kendall and Rocky had a thing. Even after he started dating Rihanna, there were whispers that Kendall allegedly tried to get back with him. And we all know Rihanna does not play when it comes to her man. Now, with A$AP Rocky's legal troubles getting worse, Kendall might be the one having the last laugh. His trial is not going well, and with new witnesses coming forward, it's looking like he might be regretting not taking a plea deal when he had the chance. So, how does Kendall feel about all this? And did she actually throw shade at Rihanna over the situation? First, let's talk about Kendall and Rocky's past. Their relationship wasn't just a casual fling. They were close enough to attend the Met Gala together, which is a big deal in the celebrity world. You don't just show up with someone at the Met unless things are serious, or you're making a PR statement. So, whatever they had was real at some point. Fans have long speculated that this past relationship is a big reason for the ongoing tension between Rihanna and Kendall. It's no secret that Rihanna has never been a fan of the Kardashian-Jenner family. She's made it very clear in the past that she doesn't rock with them, but her issues with Kendall seem even deeper. The tension between them has been around for years, and while it's hard to pinpoint exactly when it started, it's clear that Rihanna has never had much love for Kendall. One of the earliest signs of this beef was back when Kendall was 17. She tweeted that she hoped Rihanna would perform her favorite song at a concert. Rihanna, however, wasn't feeling it and clapped back, telling Kendall, "Well, don't come." That response made it obvious that Rihanna wasn't here for Kendall even back then. Sources close to Rihanna have said that she couldn't stand how Kendall's career was handed to her because of her family's wealth and connections. Meanwhile, Rihanna had to hustle hard to get where she is, and she takes a lot of pride in that. She's not against people benefiting from privilege, but she doesn't like when they act like they worked as hard as she did to reach success. Rihanna sees Kendall as someone who downplays her privilege, and that rubs her the wrong way. This also explains why Rihanna has publicly thrown shade at Kendall multiple times. One of the most talked about moments was at the Met Gala in 2018, when Rihanna allegedly insulted Kendall to her face. According to witnesses, Rihanna stood next to Kendall at the bar and loudly said, "Good thing I have curves to pull this outfit off. I would hate to be a stick figure." Then she laughed in Kendall's face and walked away. But that's not the only instance. Back when Kendall started modeling for Victoria's Secret, Rihanna's close friend, model Jordan Dunn, was reportedly removed from the show to make space for Kendall. When Rihanna found out, she pulled out of the event in solidarity with her friend. That moment made it clear that Rihanna was not a fan of Kendall, and she was willing to take a stand over it. Fast forward to 2021, and Rihanna made another statement by not inviting Kendall to her Savage X Fenty show. The show featured top models, influencers, and even TikTok stars, but Kendall was noticeably absent. However, Rihanna made sure that Kendall's besties, Gigi and Bella Hadid, were there. It was clear that Rihanna didn't want Kendall involved in her brand. Now, with A$AP Rocky facing serious legal trouble, it seems like karma is coming full circle. The case against him is looking bad, and if he's found guilty, he could face up to 24 years in prison. That's a long time, meaning he might not get to see his kids grow up. By the time he gets out, they'll be adults, and the chances of Rihanna waiting that long for him are pretty slim. The case stems from an incident with former A$AP mob member A$AP Relly. Their fallout led to an argument that allegedly turned into a violent altercation. Witnesses claim that Rocky pulled out a gun and fired multiple shots. Relly was lucky to escape with minor injuries, but the situation could have been much worse. If you think this was just a heated moment that got out of control, Rocky's legal team is shutting that idea down. The evidence against him is piling up, and his chances of getting off easy are getting slimmer by the day. His career, reputation, and family life are all on the line. And this is where Kendall comes in. Many believe she sees this as payback for how Rihanna and Rocky treated her in the past. While she hasn't openly commented on the case, sources say she's been keeping up with the updates, and some subtle social media moves suggest she might be enjoying the situation more than she lets on. So, is Kendall really getting revenge? Maybe. But one thing is clear. A$AP Rocky's future is uncertain, and Rihanna might have some tough decisions ahead. Whether or not Kendall is actually throwing shade, she might be the one getting the last laugh in this never-ending celebrity drama. It looks like A$AP Rocky's legal troubles are getting worse by the day, and things aren't looking good for him. Prosecutors are now claiming that the shooting incident wasn't just a heated moment of anger. It was premeditated. They argue that Rocky had been planning this for a while, and that on the night of the shooting, he deliberately lured ASAP Relly to a secluded location under the pretense of talking things out. But instead of resolving their issues peacefully, the situation spiraled into chaos, leading to gunfire. According to the legal team representing Relly, Rocky didn't just show up for a conversation. He allegedly arrived armed and ready. They claim that during their discussion, without warning or provocation, Rocky pulled out a semi-automatic handgun and fired multiple shots at Relly. If the prosecution can prove that Rocky set up the meeting with the intent to harm Relly, his case could take a serious turn. What initially seemed like a heated argument might now be considered a premeditated attack, which could significantly increase his legal consequences. Adding to his troubles, rumors are circulating that video evidence exists, which could further damage his defense. If there's solid proof that Rocky pulled a gun, it could heavily influence the jury's perception of the case. Things finally reached a breaking point in April 2022 when Rocky was arrested at LAX after months of investigation. The timing couldn't have been worse. Law enforcement moved in just as he and Rihanna returned to the U.S. from a trip. The LAPD later released a statement confirming his arrest and detailing the charges against him. According to the police report, the incident took place on November 6, 2021, around 10:15 p.m. in Hollywood. An argument between Rocky and Relly escalated, leading to Rocky allegedly firing a handgun, which resulted in minor injuries to Relly. The suspect, along with 2 others, fled the scene on foot. Detectives worked for months to gather evidence, leading to Rocky's arrest on charges of assault with a deadly weapon. Despite the severity of the charges, Rocky didn't spend much time behind bars. He quickly posted a $550,000 bail and was released within hours. But that was just the beginning of what has turned into a long and complicated legal battle. By August 2022, the case had officially gone to court, and Rocky pleaded not guilty. However, as the trial progressed, things haven't been going his way. The evidence against him is piling up, and with each new update, it seems more likely that he could face serious jail time. One of the biggest blows to his case is the existence of video footage. While there's no direct footage of Rocky pulling the trigger, there is a video related to the incident that the court has allowed as evidence. This could heavily sway the jury against him. On top of that, Relly's testimony has made the situation even more serious. He insists that Rocky intentionally shot at him, and that it wasn't just a random act of violence, but a deliberate attempt to kill him. In a chilling court statement, Relly described the moment Rocky pointed a gun at him. He said, "He was aiming towards my stomach, moving the gun around like he was looking for a spot to shoot. If my friend Elijah hadn't been there, I don't know what would have happened." When asked if Rocky said anything before shooting, Relly claimed that Rocky looked him in the eye and said, "I'll kill you right now." That kind of testimony could completely change the outcome of the case, turning it from an assault charge into an attempted murder case. Despite everything, Rocky and his legal team remain confident. His lawyer released a statement saying, "We're ready to go. It's been a long time, and this case has been hanging over Rocky, Rihanna, and their family. We just want to get this behind him." But their confidence might be misplaced, especially considering Rocky turned down a plea deal that could have saved him from a long prison sentence. Prosecutors reportedly offered Rocky a deal that would have resulted in only 6 months behind bars, with the possibility of release in just 3 months. The deal also included a 7-year suspended sentence with 3 years of probation. Given That Rocky is facing up to 24 years in prison if convicted, this plea deal seemed like a lifeline. However, he shocked everyone by rejecting it, choosing instead to fight the case in court. This is a massive gamble, and if things don't go his way, he could end up losing everything. The decision to go to trial could have life-altering consequences. If convicted, Rocky could spend decades behind bars, missing out on his children's lives, their teenage years, and possibly even their early adulthood. It's hard to understand why he would take such a huge risk when a much safer option was on the table. But for whatever reason, he's betting everything on the trial, and it could cost him dearly. With Relly's chilling testimony and the mounting evidence against him, Rocky's chances of walking away from this case unscathed are looking slimmer by the day. The prosecution seems determined to prove that this wasn't just a spontaneous act of violence, but a calculated attack. If they succeed, Rocky could be facing one of the biggest legal battles of his life. What do you think about this situation? Do you believe Rocky made the right choice by rejecting the plea deal? Or do you think he's setting himself up for a harsh reality check? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and stay tuned for more updates as this case unfolds.